front porch, lacing up my boots. There's a turkey calling out on that pine roost. Got my gun in my mouth, call it is fun for all. Hoping to put that Tom on the wall. Can't wait to see that old turkey fall. It's gonna be a reward for us all. The wind comes down, the sun comes up. I can smell the coffee stirring in my Yeti cup. The hens fly in, the Tom's about to brawl. Stringing out my old game call, the hammer is about to fall. Cause we're just some good old boys trying to get by with our rifles, bows, and shotguns and four-wheel drives. On the ground, blind and tree stand is where we stay. God-fearing and lovers of the NRA. The NRA.
Welcome to Bible Belt Outdoors. I'm Brett Hall, and I'll be your host this week to introduce you to BBO. We'll also have a few members of the crew from across the country introduce themselves and their passions with a few teaser clips to show you what's to come on future episodes, including fishing, hunting, dog training, game call making, tips, tricks, and tutorials. So stay tuned.
The Whitetail Institute doesn't have to pay celebrity hunters to endorse our products. We let our customers do the talking because we feel what real hunters put in the bed of their pickup is much more impressive. In fact, some of our customers have broken state records and even a world record using our food plot products. Now, not all our customers are breaking records, but they are consistently harvesting the best deer in their area. So join the tens of thousands of real hunters that are experiencing their best hunting ever with products from the Whitetail Institute.
This is your home. Out here, comfort is a luxury. Patience isn't a virtue, it's a necessity. Out here, the little things are the only things that matter. Some call hunting a hobby, but you know better than that. To hunt is to live is to hunt. That's why we pour everything we have into the details of our patterns. Patterns true to life, true to your life. We don't source from the mind. We source from the land, from the grass, from the trees, from the hunt. We use the highest quality digital imaging to create three-dimensional layers that break up your silhouette and allow you to blend in like never before. Because there's a difference between looking real and being real. It's about time the next innovation in camo is not just a new painting. True timber for true hunters.
At Moxie Archery, accuracy begins with craftsmanship. To have Moxie is to have backbone, power, precision, to be bold and fearless, face difficulty with courage.
You wait so long just to have that feeling, but it happens so fast.
Moxie Archery, where accuracy begins with craftsmanship.
Sitting downwind in my new deer stand, bow to my left, release on the other hand. Big bugger walking through them tall pines, hoping and praying that he'll be mine. The arrow's about to fly.
Hi, I'm Brett Hall, founder and owner of Bible Belt Outdoors. And like a lot of you, I grew up in the outdoors, just hunting and fishing. And also my dad and grandfather owned a cabinet shop. And my dad also drove an 18-wheeler truck and was a drummer in a Hacker Brothers band. So we were very busy with different activities, but any free moment we had were always spent in the outdoors, hunting or fishing, raising dogs, training hounds or bird dogs. But early on, my grandfather had a stroke that eventually would, take his life, and then my dad had a truck wreck that took his life, and that was only about 2 years apart. And I was at the age of 7, my brother at the age of 2. So it really, impacted us, but we were fortunate that we had other family members, uncles, that would keep us involved in the outdoors. And then later on, when my mom remarried, my stepdad, treated us just like one of his. We were all out hunting and fishing with our 2 stepbrothers. And so my passion continued, but what it did impact is my love for the outdoors and passing it on to the next generation. And just cherishing family and those moments that we spend in the outdoors, and how that carries on, even as a very young child, that carries on into adulthood. And those are just moments that you'll cherish for a lifetime. A little bit about my family. My wife, we dated for 5 years. We've been married for 18 years. And just throughout all of that, she never gave me a hard time about my outdoor passions, hunting and fishing, and we enjoy fishing together. Even though she's not a hunter, we've been blessed with 2 wonderful children, Brooklyn, who is 10, Braden, who's 15, and they enjoy getting out hunting and fishing, and my wife supports that. And we get out and run our dogs. So we spend a lot of time in the outdoors, and it's really that passion and heritage that I had that my wife and kids inspired me to combine with my cabinet making heritage and kind of start making game calls. And that allowed me to spend more time with my kids doing something different. And that's really how Bible Belt Outdoors evolved. We started about 5 years ago making game calls. My grandfather had made turkey box calls back during the cabinet shop days, but we started making all types of calls, just experimenting, just trying to learn new things, and that was the challenge for us, and kind of what fueled our obsession of making each type game call, going from turkey to waterfowl to deer, coon. And we really took off quicker than we thought. We started doing a lot of expos, got into a few stores, and when we first started, we had Bible Belt Outdoors as the overarching organization, but our game calls actually started under the initial name Gospel Game Calls, and now we've transitioned, consolidated just under Bible Belt Outdoors when we decided to do the TV show. But they inspired me to combine my heritage of cabinet making and the outdoors with my faith to just create a passionate platform for really our whole team to go out and share our experiences with you, and as well to pass that on to the next generation, to help get kids involved in the outdoors that may had a turn of events like I did early on, where you lose a family member, whether it's a mother, father, through death or through divorce, or maybe their parents just are not involved in the outdoors, but the kids have an interest for it. That's what Bible Belt Outdoors strives to do, is to pass that on and introduce those kids to the outdoors. And we're also partnered with a lot of other organizations across the nation that do the same, and we support each other. And that's really the roots of Bible Belt Outdoors and how it got started, the direction we've been heading in. And so when we decided to do this outdoor show, it was just another avenue for doing that. And we also now have labs. We do wild game speaking events, and we use our game calls and labs to do demonstrations during those, whether it's at a faith-based or a non-faith-based event. We go and speak, do demos at both, and that's really what Bible Belt Outdoors is about.
Hey guys, this is Mark from Bible Belt Outdoors. Welcome to my archery bench. This is kind of where all the fun happens, and it's archery is one of my biggest passions, and so I thought what better place to give you a little bit of an introduction about myself at my archery bench. So this is where I tune my bows, and then anything else related to the hunting gear that I use, or anything to get me ready to go outdoors. It's all happening right here. So just a little bit of collage of some of the animals that that I go after. So anyways, my name is Mark Hertzfeldt. I live here in southeast Wisconsin. I live here with my beautiful wife and 2 children. Enjoy getting them outdoors. The 2 kids are very young, but just to see them excited to go out and with Dad on the weekends and do a little scouting, fishing, whatever it is outside, it really means a lot to me, and enjoy that they are actually enjoying something that I like as well. So basically here in southeast Wisconsin, kind of moved down here, grew up in the central part of Wisconsin, been hunting and fishing since I don't know how young I was. I'm probably just old enough to walk and get out there and tag along with Dad. So yeah, I really do enjoy actually going up to central Wisconsin, hunting and fishing with my dad. Moved down to the southeast part of Wisconsin mainly because of college. I'm an engineer during the week and outdoor enthusiast on the weekend, or weekend warrior. So ultimately I have been hunting for 20 plus, almost probably 30 years. By no means am I a professional or an expert in any of the means. By any means, I am continually learning, and actually, you know, the more information that I can take in, is the better. I'm always looking to try new things and new gear, but ultimately getting outside and just learning what God's creation has given us, and taking it all in. So actually I'm pretty excited this year to be sharing my experiences with Bible Belt Outdoors, or through the platform of Bible Belt Outdoors, and just all the sponsors that we have tied to them. It gives us a great opportunity to take a look at a lot of the gear and products out in the outdoor industry, but ultimately tying all that to Bible Belt Outdoors allows myself to share my experiences, but also share maybe a greater message.
Is it your desire to have an obedient companion, a gentleman's gun dog, or even a championship level hunt test title? Well, at Limestone Retrievers, we can offer you all this for your large breed dog. We use proven training techniques and handling techniques through our puppy obedience and gun dog retriever programs, as well as hunt test prep and handling. We can also handle all your boarding needs. I'm Hunter Shell, and this is my dog Reuben, and your most enjoyable day hunting starts at Limestone Retrievers. Call us today for your no-risk consultation.
The Broadhead Revolution is here. Introducing the revolutionary broadheads from Flying Arrow Archery. The Toxic, Cyclone, the Tom Bomb. The Toxic and the Cyclone 100 grain have universal blades. This is a perfect combination between the revolutionary design of the Toxic and a traditional 3-blade broadhead. See them online at flyingarrowarcheryusa.com.
Trinity Archery was born from a desire to bring stability. Whether it's the Show Your Face silencing kit or the new T3, the most versatile stabilizer on the market.
Our greater hope at Trinity Archery is that you would find stability in Jesus Christ. If you would like a free pack-sized copy of the Word, go to trinityarchery.com.
There's nothing more stable than the Trinity.
At the Whitetail Institute, there's a lot of things we could talk about, like pioneering the food plot industry, our extensive research, or our customer success and the world and state records we've helped produce. But what we don't talk enough about is our customer service, and like our product line, is by far the best in the business. We have the expertise to help you improve the quality of your deer and your deer hunting. So contact us today. The call and the consultation are free. We look forward to the opportunity to earn your business.
I can see the sun is rising, it won't be be long before the ducks start flying in. I can smell the shotgun shell, I can hear the mallards yell. Whack 'em and stack 'em.
Hi, my name's Bartlett Kimbrough from Bible Belt Outdoors. I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about myself this afternoon. I got my buddy Swag here. He's my #1 coon dog. He's a PKC Silver champion, UKC Grand Night champion, and we're hunting for a truck this coming weekend. So hopefully we can do good with that. But I'm 29 years old. I'm from Mount Hope, Alabama. I've lived here my whole life. Grew up here hunting. Started hunting when I was about 3 years old with my dad. I remember turkey hunting, and my favorite cartoons was Ninja Turtles. And I had Leonardo, the blue Ninja Turtle action figure, and I'd go turkey hunting with my dad, and he'd call them birds in, and when they'd get close enough we could almost see them, he'd always tell me to sit on my Ninja Turtle in my hands, that way we wouldn't spook the birds away. I saw him shoot several birds like that, and that's kind of what got me into hunting. My favorite thing to hunt is turkeys. I coon hunt a bunch. I coon hunt about 5 or 6 nights a week, and turkey hunt a bunch. I also bow hunt every year. Kill a couple pretty nice deer with my bow. I like bow hunting as well. I fish a bunch during the summer, frog gig, bow fish. I do a little bit of everything. If it swims, jumps, crawls, hops, walks, runs, flies, I hunt it pretty much. I hunt pretty much everything we got around here. I like to hunt in Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi. Go to Kansas turkey hunting every year just about. And that's my passion's hunting. So as y'all follow me on the show, we're going to be doing some coon hunts, turkey hunts, and a little bit of everything. So y'all got to stay tuned for that. Now about my family, I've got a sister that's in med school, and she's about through with med school, and she's going to be a doctor. So she don't have much more left with that. My dad, he teaches high school. My mom works for the county Board of Education. I teach high school agri-science, 7th through 12th graders, and whenever I'm not in the woods, I'm usually at school teaching kids. But that's a little bit about me. I'm engaged, going to be married this summer to Emma Stinson, and she hunts a little bit. She goes with me and shoots a turkey and a deer here and there.
Hey guys, just want to take the time out and introduce myself. My name is Eric Kirkpatrick. I'm a pro staff member with Bible Belt Outdoors. I am a IT systems analyst with the University of Alabama at Birmingham, UAB for short. Go Blazers. I live in Northeast Alabama with my wife and 3 children. I spend a lot of my free time coaching youth sports. I play drums in my local church. Try to play banjo. I'm kind of okay on that. I started getting into the outdoors at a young age. Spent a lot of time on my grandparents' farm. My granddad didn't have any sons, so when I was born, I became a son, and so we spent a lot of time together. He taught me just about everything I know. He made me appreciate what I had, and it made me appreciate everything that he showed me. Spent a lot of time working on the farm, working with the cattle, farming, whatever we can get into. That's what we did. He taught me how to shoot, gave me my first gun, which I've now passed on to my son, which is a great sight to see. Most important thing that he taught me was about Jesus and Jesus' love for me. Him being of a strong faith helped me to grow into the man I've become, and hopefully I can be as strong as he was one day. I try to pass those same values on to my kids. I first found out about Bible Belt Outdoors last year at a hunting expo. I was walking around looking at different booths and just looking at different calls, and I came across the BBO booth, and I noticed something was different about it. It wasn't like every other stand that was out there. You know, everybody had calls and everybody had their own unique display. But I noticed that just BBO's logo had the fish. I'm like, well, that's interesting. It looks like fish usually associate with Christianity. And I picked up one of the brochures and read the back of it, and I'm like, huh, well, this is a little bit more. This is not just about selling calls. So I thanked the guys there and took the brochure and left. And over the next couple of months, I would go back and I'd look at the website, and then I went to Facebook, and I started really just trying to figure out who Bible Belt Outdoors really were. So I finally reached out and introduced myself, and that's really how we started talking. The reason I decided to join Bible Belt Outdoors is I love what they represented. It's not just about hunting or just the outdoors. You know, a lot of the message, and really most of the message that I've seen and I've witnessed to, is about spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ, which is the most important thing that we should be doing while on this earth. Our job as Christians is to go out and spread the gospel and to spread the good news. So I really enjoyed what I saw being represented out there. I could be a part of any team I wanted to be a part of, but this team represents a whole lot more than just hunting. And I love the fact that we are out there and we're using this platform to spread the gospel and to reach as many people as possible.
Hey neighbor, heard you took another Big 10 point on your place.
Yep, got him coming to my upper food plot.
Dang, we both plant fields, but you've got the deer. What's your secret?
I plant Whitetail Institute products. Couldn't say.
This is your home. Out here, comfort is a luxury. Patience isn't a virtue, it's a necessity. Out here, the little things are the only things that matter. Some call hunting a hobby, but you know better than that. To hunt is to live is to hunt. That's why we pour everything we have into the details of our patterns. Patterns true to life, true to your life. We don't source from the mind, we source from the land, from the grass, from the trees, from the hunt. We use the highest quality digital imaging to create three-dimensional layers that break up your silhouette and allow you to blend in like never before. Because there's a difference between looking real and being real. It's about time the next innovation in camo is not just a new painting. True timber for true hunters.
Is it your desire to have an obedient companion, a gentleman's gun dog, or even a championship level hunt test title? Well, at Limestone Retrievers, we can offer you all this for your large breed dog. We use proven training techniques and handling techniques through our puppy obedience and gun dog retriever programs, as well as hunt test prep and handling. We can also handle all your boarding needs. I'm Hunter Shell, and this is my dog Ruben, and your most enjoyable day hunting starts at Limestone Retrievers. Call us today for your no-risk consultation.
My name is John Lusk. Been doing full-time ministry for many, many years, over 30 years, and I have a great passion for the outdoors. A lot of people connect with God in a lot of different ways, some in the big assembly, some through just learning and reading, and some from being in the outdoors, God's creation. And I like to connect with God in a lot of different ways, but that's my favorite. There's something about just being in His world and seeing His handiwork that just draws me super close to Him. So I've always had a passion for the outdoors. My dad raised me that way. He was super busy in his career as a 3-star admiral in the U.S. military. 6 kids. I was the youngest of 6. But we always found a way to go camping, fishing, backpacking, hunting. And he got me into it at a really young age. I've been hunting all my life, except for the years that I was over in Asia. I served as a missionary in Thailand and the Philippines for 6 years and couldn't do any hunting over there, and that was quite a sacrifice, though it was a good sacrifice. I was glad to give that up for the incredible cause of which I'm a part in spreading the gospel. But man, when I came back to the States, I caught up for lost time, and I've been just strictly bow hunting ever since. I bow hunted all over the world. I'm fortunate enough to have a really good friend that I helped out spiritually many many years ago while he was in medical school, and since then he's become quite a successful surgeon, and so he takes me on adventures all over the world. We've gone to Canada a few times, we've gone to Alaska, we've gone to Africa, and then in addition to that, I live in Denver, Colorado, and I get to hunt in God's creation out here and go back to Missouri and hunt in the Midwest, and I just find a place to hunt anywhere I am. And so I just, I love getting out, getting away, just getting off the grid and picking up my bow and pursuing some quarry there. I wasn't always spiritual. I grew up in, like I said, a great household where Christianity really was kind of, I don't know, not super relevant in our lives. And we'd go to church and I just didn't understand what was being said. I didn't get anything out of the sermons. And so we'd leave and go home, and it was kind of like we checked the box. And after that, as I got older, I became an atheist, unfortunately. I even publicly debated against the authenticity of the scriptures and the truth of God while I was a college student. But deep in the back of my mind, I always wondered, was there an absolute truth by which all men should live? I'd walk back to my dormitory and look up at the stars and wonder if there was something out there. And again, it was that nature that was calling me to the Creator. I started pursuing God, and I started looking into Him more and reading about Him in His Word, and I found Him in a profound way in my final year while I was at Louisiana State University. I graduated with an engineering degree. I got out of an ROTC contract that I had and went on to get a master's degree in theology, and then I've just been serving passionately in the full-time ministry ever since, all over the U.S. and all over the world. I first heard about Bible Belt Outdoors through a YouTube channel that I have, Lusk Archery Adventures, and Brett contacted me and asked if I'd be interested in being a part of Bible Belt Outdoors, and I loved their whole theme. I loved their whole passion for the outdoors and their passion for the gospel that aligned with mine, and so I'm happy to be a part of the team.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next week when we introduce a few more crew members and we dive into the outdoor action. Also follow us on all social media to catch additional clips, outtakes, tutorials, tips, tricks, and chances to win free giveaways.
'Cause we're just some good old boys trying to get by with our rifles, bows, and shotguns and four-wheel drives. On the ground, blind and tree stand is where we stay. God-fearing and